Hello and welcome along. Today we are back on Gwenthar, and as you can see, we're back in our, well, what is our yard at the moment. We have a new purchase. As you can see, we're down to £943. This is because I have picked up the toolbox. So this is the toolbox that you can move about. I've grabbed this because it would cost £1,000 to change the wheels on this tractor, and it costs £1,500 to buy the toolbox. So it was kind of a little bit of a no-brainer, which is why we grabbed the toolbox, and we can move it around wherever we want. But for now, it's a bit close. Yeah. Let's move our toolbox next to our tractor, and we should be able to use it now. Yeah, there we go. Customize the tractor. We want to put the standard wheels back on it. There we go. Which will cost us nothing, and because it's our toolbox, perfect. So that is our tractor nicely back. So we'll put our toolbox back in its, well, basically where we're storing it at the moment, which is there. And now we're going to give it a quick wash because it is an absolute mess. Once we've got this done, what we're going to do is, because we only have £942 left, what we need to go and do is we need to go and find ourselves a mission somewhere. Get ourselves some more money in, because we need a front loader on this. Because at the moment we cannot do anything with our silage. I do kind of want to get a second thing of silage, or a second load of silage in. But in order to do stuff with the sheep, I do need to get at the very least a front loader and a bucket for our tractor. So that is what we're working towards today. Now the price of a front loader, we need to get the bigger front loader. So it's 8,000 for the front loader, and the various buckets that are available to us. I think the best one for us to grab is going to be this Quilsky one for 3,600. It takes 2,300 litres, so that'll be perfect. Yeah, for 3,600. So that's pretty good. So that's what we're aiming for. Means we need to make about 10 grand. So that's what we're gonna try and find today. The only way we're gonna make that kind of money is if we find a harvesting mission. So that's what we're gonna do. I also plan going forward now that we are going to turn this into our yard, this area here. We're going to expand out this way, use field 3, because as you can see we've got tracks sort of running all over it anyway. We're going to build a barn here and convert the ground and things like that. Perfect area for us to do that. So that is what I plan at the moment. Right, before we go any further, let's have a look and see where we probably have missions. So anywhere where we have crop that is withered or growing. Field 21 is ready to harvest. I think we want to head down there, which means we need to turn around a bit and head back. 21 and 32 both look like they're ready. So we're going to go and try that one. That, of course, is the field that we sprayed before. So it should mean that it's ready to harvest. Looks like, looking at that map, field 32 as well looks ready to harvest. Field 21, I think, will do us for what we need to do today. And we'll see how much that earns us. If we have enough time at the end of this, what we'll do is we'll head down to the other field and see if we can make some money off that as well. But certainly at the moment, we want to have a try in here, and we'll see what harvester we get. There should be, there is the board. Yeah, 85%. Oh, we get a Torum. In fact, £10,014. That is absolutely perfect. So we're going to do this mission. We're going to harvest with this, do a bit of contracting. Right, I'm going to have to drive out through the hedge because there is no other way of getting this header on. In fact, have a look at this header. Which way round is that? No, we're going to have to drive into the field and get that. I take it back. So back round. We'll fold this out while we're doing that. But yeah, it seems to want to go round this way. So we're going to destroy a whole load of crop just getting the header on. So one of the things I find in a lot of maps that is that doesn't help is the fact that the quite often the headers and things are placed in a way that to me doesn't make a huge amount of sense. Right, there we go. So let's start her up. And away we go. I do like, one of the things I do like about this tournament is that it does have a really nice sound to it. It's, I believe that these Rostomachas are a Russian make, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it's not a make that you'd really see in the UK that much. But it does sound nice. It really does sound nice. £10,000 is going to be absolutely perfect for us. We are going to be able to get everything we want for that. If we have enough time, and this is a fairly big combine. If we have enough time, what we will do, though, is we will go and try and do that field down the bottom as well. It is a field that is it's smaller than this one, so it might give us enough time. If we don't do it this time, I think what we'll probably end up doing is doing it next time. Just trying to get in there before it gets, before we lose it, before we can't harvest it. But that should be fine because time at the moment for missions, for contracts, runs at real time. So we should be able to get around it. And we're sort of just working our way through the days. Hopefully the grass will recuperate, but we have now got everything running on slow growth, so everything's running on the slowest growth because, as we discovered before, the grass doesn't have enough time, or we don't have enough time to get the grass before it recovers. So we do need to do that. We do need to do that whole thing of getting the grass to be fertilised and everything. I want to get a good set of rollers. There's a nice set of rollers on the mod hub, and I think if I don't already have them in here, I need to add them. And what we'll do is we will do some rolling in the future, in the near future, on the grass, because I think it's better than fertiliser spreading. I like to try and vary things. Fertiliser spreading is something that I tend to do on crops quite a bit. So yeah, I kind of prefer to do things like rolling and chain harrowing and things like that on the grass. So yeah, we'll certainly look to do that. We need to see what kind of level of fertilisation our grass is at, of course, as well. But it's all good. It's all working nicely. This is, of course, this being a mission, this has an infinite grain capacity at the moment. I'm looking forward to FS19 losing that. The whole thing that you will have to cart grain for missions. I believe you will have to cart grain for missions. I'm hoping so. It's something that kind of needs to happen. And I like the idea. Hopefully it means that you then have to take it to a certain A point, or a certain sell point, sorry. There we go. Right, we need to turn right round, because then we're making our auger infield. Oh, sorry, out into the space. At the moment with FS17, I basically just pretend that every so often the combine gets emptied. Now, I don't think we're going to need more than a couple of headlands on this. getting a good shot like this is quite difficult sometimes. Coming up to the end. Yeah. Yeah, 2 headlands should be enough space for us to turn around. We're finding it fairly easy to turn around at the moment, so I'm not expecting it to be much more difficult. Interesting that the purchase point for that field there, for the grass field, which one? 17. That's right in the corner of this field, so you basically have to drive through this field to get to 17, which is an interesting issue. There we go. This is munching through here. It's quite a good. We've got a good width header on this, so it is getting through it fairly quickly, which is a good thing. I like the fact that we're doing that. Now is this a better? That might be a better screenshot actually. Like that, with the farm in the background. Make sure that we keep quite good coverage. I've got choices now, and that's always a good thing. There we are. So yeah, so this Tourum 760 is nice. I'm wondering how much of the Rosselmash stuff is going to make it into FS19. Of course, this is equipment that was brought in with the Gold Edition for FS15. And I know that basically all of the models, certainly all the models for FS13 have been abandoned and some of them redone. So for example, the Case Quad Track, that's a model that came from FS13. And I know that has been completely redone. We were told that at FarmCon that it was being completely redone for FS19. Right, we're going to cut in now. Head sort of straight down there, I think. No, straighten up a bit. There we go. Straight for the gateway, by the looks of things, is our best bet. Yes, so I don't know how many of the FS15 ones have been redone. I guess it's all to do with how much work needs to be done to apply the new material system to one of the models. So if there's a lot of work that needs to be done, it might be worth just completely rebuilding the model from scratch. Whereas on some, it will be, it will be absolutely fine and easy and dandy to do. So I am intrigued to know what. Well, they've said they don't. Well, it's been said that they don't think they've lost any brands from FS17 through to 19. It's not been said if there are any vehicles that haven't made it across, and I would expect some to disappear. They did say today that there are, because the fact sheets were announced as coming next week today, because I'm recording this on Thursday night, so this is a proper record, edit, and up for you guys for first thing on Friday morning, and they did say that yes, next week will be the start of the fact sheets. So I think we're based on fact sheets previously being released on a Friday. It looks like it's going to be a week today as you guys are viewing this, because this, of course, is going out Friday morning. So yeah, it's from that point of view. Whoa. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting to see what the first fact sheet is. I keep making the joke that the first fact sheet is going to feature the 8400R John Deere, because it has been featured everywhere so far. And I kind of got to the stage actually where I would like to know the specs of the tractor. It is at a stage where that would actually be quite nice. Obviously a piece of equipment with it to see that. But yeah, I'd quite like to see what that tractor holds, what its specifications are, seeing as we are seeing so much of it. I do know a few people who have basically said that tractor they're never going to use on their farm because they've just seen it too much. I don't know, to be honest. Given the right need for it, I probably will. It all depends. To me, it all depends on how far I get into the game, because for me, FS19 is going to be all about. Well, I think I'm going to end up playing maps for longer on it because I'm gonna be doing more progression. So it's going to be a case of I want to progress through a map like we are through this one. You know, we are looking at getting progressing further and further through this at the moment and seeing how far we can get, how much we can buy, that kind of thing, and trying out the different methods and ways of doing that progression. And that's part of the reason why I think missions and contracting are going to be so important on mod maps in FS19. Because, for example, on this map, we only have about 5 fields, I think it is, that have missions, that you can do missions on. And I think I've said this before in one of these videos. We're gonna need missions on almost every single field on a mod map. Because otherwise you can't do the contractor gameplay, and doing the starting from scratch, doing the starting from nothing setup, it's going to be a lot harder. So yeah, I very much cannot wait to see how that affects and how that alters how maps are made. Let's go get this little bit here. Strictly speaking, considering we're doing a mission, is probably not required. But we are most of the way through this field now. Just got that section over there. That is, it's not a massive section. We'd probably do this a slightly different way. So there are 2 methods. There's the method that we've just employed, which is us going, cutting into the crop and then making the gap wider and wider. And of course, the other method is when you have a small block like this, not cutting into it and just taking the sides off each time and making the block smaller and smaller from each side, which is what we're going to do now, which is the way we are going to go. I think there's only about 3 cuts from this, so what we'll find is we will probably get to the end of the next row, and that is the point at which we will need to, we will complete the mission, which will be fantastic. Next time, I think I am going to try and go and do the mission down on field 32, which will probably be another harvesting mission, so we'll do sort of 2 harvesting missions in a row. To finish this episode off, what we're going to go and do is we're going to go and buy our front loader and our bucket, and I'm going to clear the sheep out. In fact, no, we're going to go buy our front loader and our bucket, and next time, before we do another mission, what we're going to go and do is sort the silage out, I think. It's all a little bit up in the air. We'll either be sorting the silage out, which I kind of don't want to do until I've done another silage harvest. So we're going to do another mission, is what we'll do. We need money to buy the rollers anyway, so we're going to do another mission next time, and yeah, what we'll do is we'll then hopefully be in a position to do another silage harvest at that point. Of course, doing missions, we are in a position where time is not moving that fast, and so our grass isn't doing that well. So we'll at least be able to roller the grass at that point, which will be very useful for the grass. So we are almost there. I need to check on the state of the grass, I think. And we are slowly building up our set of machinery now. I think what will happen is we'll start, as we build our farmyard, we'll also have to hire some equipment. So hire an old harvester and things as we buy a field with grains or something like that in. Buy a small or a medium-sized seeder if we can. And yeah, just keep going with that. Our Vulture should be able to, for a long while, do anything we throw at it. So, wow, 12,000 off that. That is fantastic. We are going to head back to the shop now quickly. And to finish this episode off, we're going to pop down there and buy ourselves a front loader for our Vulture DB edition. And yeah, and that then will put us in a really good place. In fact, that is fantastic. To be up to 13,000, we are going to be really good position. We do have some wool coming, and we do actually. The other thing we need to check is we need to check the status of our sheep. Do our sheep still have enough food? I think they do. I think we're only on about day 3 at the moment. And they should be alright for 6 days. So we'll check that. Right, let's pop over to the shop. I need to pop the weight off first, though. So we'll pop the weight over here. We will want to put that back on the back at some point, but we're probably going to get a bigger weight for what we're going to do down at the silage. Right, and let's pop over to the shop. So we'll leave the tractor on. There's no need to turn it off. We do at some point need to get some forks as well. So we're going to go for the FZ60 at 8,000. It's slightly longer. It'll fit on this tractor better. Same off white as our as the rest of our tractor. So we will purchase that. Right, and then we also need a bucket, and I said I was going to go for this bucket. We're only going to get a bucket for now. We are going to want other pieces of equipment eventually. I think we're eventually going to go for a square baler on here as well. But yes, at the moment we just want this bucket. And buy that. And there we go. So there is our bucket, and there's our front loader. Fantastic. So we'll get these on the tractor. And then that will probably be where we finish it today. Yeah, 11,800 for new vehicles. That was slightly more expensive than I anticipated, but it's all good. We're going to have to buy a roller to get to work on the farm as well. There we go. Right, so next time I think what we'll do is we will start off by sorting our sheep out. We'll go and clean them up, because I would guess that our sheep will need some work. Yeah, our sheep are down to 20% cleanliness. So we'll go and sort them out. But they're good for food and water, so that's fantastic. But I am going to end this here with our new bucket and our new front loader on our Vulture. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.